What is up, everyone? Welcome to episode 4 of We Love Logos, a show in which I sit on couches and rank logos of sports teams from all over the world. Our first 3 episodes took us to Argentina, Iran, Brazil. For today's episode, as promised, we're going to be sticking to Brazil in Serie C and taking a look at the Group B of that division of their professional football. So, you may be able to tell that I'm sitting on a different couch today, or maybe you couldn't tell, but I just gotta share, I just felt like sitting on a different couch, still trying to figure things out as we go on with the show, and still trying to see what works best, what kind of lighting works best, what environment works best for recording. So I'm gonna keep experimenting with different couches, maybe different seats, or maybe even standing one day, and we'll see where the show goes. So without further ado, let's get the show started. Let me move on over to make some room for our handy dandy screen. Come on over screen. Alright guys, so let's get started with number 10. So this team has a very difficult name to say, but I'm going to try to attempt to say it anyways. Novo Horizontino. Novo Horizontino. Novo Horizontino. I'm sure in Portuguese, in Brazil, they can say it much better, but for the purpose of this video, yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'm not going to say it again. Anyways, this logo is alright. It's number 10. You know how these number 10 logos usually are. Not much to really say about it. There's a little bit of an interesting thing. If you look at the numbers that are on the top of the logo, it says 13373. I did some research on this logo and I couldn't find what the 13 meant, because unless Brazil has their own calendar with 13 months, I don't know what that 13 could possibly mean. But I did figure out the 73 part. That's the year the club was founded, in 1973. So yeah, there you have it. I'm not going to say the club name again. Get out of here. Anyways, guys, let's move on over to number 9. We have Mirassol. This is also a pretty average logo at the best. There's not too much originality in this one whatsoever. It's not even a shield. It's just a circle with a ribbon at the bottom. You've seen that ribbon 1,000 times in a bunch of different places all over the world, whether it be logos, posters, just random designs. I've seen that logo all over the place. And that font, pretty generic too. And the stars at the top, they would have been fine, I think, if they would have left it both the same colors. The one's green, one's yellow. I see what they try to do because that's colors of their team, but I don't know. I'm just not too much of a fan of this one. In the middle, there's a thin line right above Mirassol. It does say Sao Paulo, Brazil, which is where this club plays, I'm assuming. And yeah, not much else to say about this one. Let's move on over to number 8. So this one is Ituano Football Club. I like this one. I'm not going to lie. It may seem really simple to you guys, but I don't know. Remember, subjective lists. I really dig this one. I love the font of Ituano. It seems very basic, but I don't know. It catches my eye more than Mirassol. Mirassol is so generic, but this one, I like it. And that little random soccer ball at the top. Cool little addition, I guess. You see soccer balls and logos all over the place, but this one kind of fits because of black and white and then the red stripes. All these 3 colors kind of work together. Sometimes you have teams from all over the world that just have a bunch of random colors. They'll have like green, blue, and then red, and then out of nowhere they're just a black and white soccer ball in the logo. It doesn't really fit, but this one, it works. It looks really clean and deserves its place at number 8. Moving on up to number 7. So I think the way you say this team's name is Yiparanga, but maybe the Y could be silent, so it might just be Piranga. Who knows? Whatever. We're here for logos, so here it is. Number 7, we have this club, Piranga. I'll just say Piranga because the Y is kind of, I don't know. Anyways, I like this logo. I like the little shield they had going on in the middle. If there was a shield by itself, this would definitely be number 9 or 10. But they do have the circle around it, and the shield is enclosed. And behind the shield, they have a light green color. I like it. I've never seen that color on a logo before, so it really contrasts well with the greens and the yellows in this logo. Yiparanga Football Club at the top, and then the initials on the shield, YFC. And when the club was founded in 1924. Yeah, it's a fine logo. It's better than the other 3 that we just talked about. Not much else to say about this one. So let's just move on up to number 6, which is Botafogo SP. So we talked about Botafogo PB yesterday in Group A, which I think they're probably just based in the same city. just rival clubs. Botafogo PB had a very intimidating logo, which was a star and a shield. This one is a lot less intimidating, but I do like the shield. I love the curve at the bottom. Uh, I don't know. I think the stripes, the red, white, and black stripes, add a lot to how I perceive the curve at the bottom. Maybe that's why I'm really attracted to it. And then at the top is the complete opposite with some really sharp edges. We have 3 sharp edges, and to me, that looks like a crown. I like it. BFC, Botafogo Football Club, I'm assuming. Uh, and I like the outline of the crown at the top as well, and with the thin black line. I really, just really think the red, white, and black stripes work really well in logos. That's why maybe we see it all the time. But I don't know. I like this one. Definitely a number 6 caliber logo. Moving on up, guys, to number 5. This is a very, very interesting logo. This is Sao Jose. It looks like, at first glance, a beach ball, which, maybe it really just might be a beach ball. Maybe I'm right. And who knows, maybe it's some kind of flower growing over there. But this is just that's like the only interesting thing about it, the shape. I mean, everything else is just, you have very generic writing at the top, Esport Club, and then Sao Jose in the middle when the club was founded, which is 1913. And I also appreciate the outline around the beach ball, also the little circle. I don't know, I not much else to say about it besides it's a cool shape, so which is why it's in the top 5. This league only has 10 teams, just like, Group A, so it's 5 may seem really high for a logo like this compared to, the first 2 lists we did, which had like 17 teams and 18 teams. But yeah, in a top 10 list, this is definitely number 5 because of the interesting shape of it, the interesting factor. Moving on up, guys, to number 4, we're going to give it to Oeste Football Club. Look at that top. There's that font that I love so much. The combination of 3 or 4 different letters. Yesterday we had Santa Cruz, and today we have Oeste. And Oeste is a little less cool than Santa Cruz because Santa Cruz had really cool shapes in it, and Oeste is just like a normal shield. But upon further inspection, I see that it's not your typical shield. The top is completely flat. Usually in these shields, there's always a curve or some kind of like point at the top, or 3 points, as we discussed in Botafogo SP's logo. So this one's flat at the top. It's kind of a triangular shape. I like it. The red and black stripes work really well. It reminds you of the American flag, basically. So you have the stripes, and instead of the stars, you have the OFC, Oeste Football Club. And it's the clever, brilliant combination of letters. It looks really classy, really awesome. And not much else to say about this one. There you have it, number 4, Oeste Football Club. Number 3 is when things start getting really interesting. The top 3 of this list is just, it was really difficult for me to pick which one I want to put at the top. Actually, number 3 deserves this place, but the top 2 are just fantastic. We'll talk more about them when we get there. So at number 3, we have Criciúma Club. I'm going to try to say that again. Criciúma. There we go. Criciúma. Criciúma. Oh, gosh, this is so difficult to say. And the funny thing is that I've been doing a lot more research on my future videos that I'm going to be doing, and clubs from like Ukraine and Romania, those names, I just saw them and I was like, I'm going to save those ones for way later date because some of those are just extremely hard to say. Some of them don't even have English lettering. Especially the Ukrainian ones seem like they're just Russian names. So I'm going to have to look at translations. So right now we have this one. I'm not going to say the name again, but look at that shape of that logo. Absolutely fantastic. It's not your typical square, triangle, shield. Instead, they have this, I don't even know, like polygon, octagon, I don't know, 4 different really uniform shapes that work perfectly together. You have 3 stars at the top and the club name at the bottom. Not much to say about this one. It's I really appreciate the shapes in this. I really, I love the logos that are, just like normal shields, squares and whatnot. But when I see stuff like this, it really stands out to me, compared to the rest of the crop. So at number 3, you have Criciúma Club. Anyways, guys, moving on up to number 2, one of my favorite logos that I've seen in the videos I've been doing so far. This is going to go to Figueirense Club. Figueirense Football Club. Check this out. It's just beautiful. I love the tree in the back. The shape of the shield is awesome. Black and white stripes. It's black and white all around, and then the green works so well in the middle. I'm glad they left the whole tree green instead of having the base of the tree brown and the top green. green and everything with black and white. It's amazing. All these three colors work absolutely well together. My favorite color is green right now, so maybe that's why I was really attracted to this. And I love trees, the earth, and whatnot. And I love the ribbon in the middle as well. And they instead of just like writing the letters straight, they made an effort to curve the letters a little bit, so going along with the ribbon, which I think you got to appreciate the creative effort that was put into this one. And I'm sure their merchandise looks awesome. This is another one of those clubs. I've never seen a game from them, but without even watching that, I would wear this logo on a shirt, or I'd put it on that flag that I always talk about and wave it all around because it's just a fantastic logo. Anyways, guys, moving on up to number 1, which is Piranha. This logo, fantastic. Continuing my trend of just, the logos that have animals in them are always going to be a number 1 for me, or number 2 or number 3, at least a top 5, especially when they're birds. But even if you take the bird out, this logo is amazing. Look at the colors on there. So the red, the indigo blue thing they have going on, and the white. All these 3 colors are so soothing on the eyes. It works so well. And, let's talk about the bird too. The bird just looks fantastic. And inside of the bird, I think that's stadium lights, I'm guessing. That would make sense, because soccer is played in stadiums and they have those kind of lights. That's just my interpretation. Could be completely wrong. It could be completely something different. But I love this one. I love the bird's eye is hollow, and then you can see the red background with it. Again with the imperfections that I always talk about that are just so awesome. The beak of the bird is sticking out of the red part when they could have just left it all in there. The fact that they made the creative decision to take it out is just awesome. It adds so much to it. People don't really see these details too often, but for the ones that do, we really appreciate stuff like this. Going back to my original thing that I said in some other videos, I'm kind of sick of just uniform stuff. Everything's polished and whatnot. I love imperfections and whatnot. So whenever I see it, you can bet that that logo is going to be the top 10 for sure, or top 10, top 3. But yeah, not much else to say about this one. The shape. I also really like the shape of it. It's not your typical shield. It has 2 extra curves on the top half of it. But other than that, let's get the screen off of this list. Let's move on over back to the middle. I hope you guys enjoyed today's list. I don't know if you could hear in the background, some alarm just went off. Perfect timing. Alarm for a car. But anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'll be back on Tuesday with the mystery episode. I'm not going to reveal which league I'm revealing. And even if I did, I'm sure no one would know about it. Because, again, these leagues are so low when it comes in terms of views and fans and stuff like that. It's not until they make it to the top tiers, the A leagues of these countries, then they start getting recognition, which sucks, but it is what it is. Well, which is why I'm here to shed some light on these teams, or maybe just their logos. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you on Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.